Hey guys, I'm back. I don't know what to do for the intro, but today I'm going to be doing What if Deku had revival as a quirk? I'm going to explain the quirk later on, but I'm going to start at the beginning of the anime. Deku is saying to Bakugo, "Gachan, why are you being so mean to him?" While staggering in his speech and shaking. Bakugo says, "Because he has a weak quirk. You you and me both have strong quirks. We're the only two in the school, maybe even in the world, that can become the #1 heroes." And Deku says, "Even if that still doesn't give you the right to bully him. And you know I can defeat you easily, right?" And Bakugo says, Yeah, I know." And then I'm gonna do a flashback to the Quirk Doctor, and that thing that just happened is, instead of them being before Deku found out he was that was when he found out he was quirkless. Never mind. I'm gonna just do a flashback to when he was at the Quirk Doctor. The Quirk Doctor comes back saying, "Miss Midoriya, your son has a very powerful quirk. We don't know what to call it, so your son will be the one to name it, because it's a very, very unique quirk." "Then what is it?" Inko asks. The quirk writer says, "Well, if he dies from anything, so let's just say he gets his head chopped off, or something horrific like that, his body will automatically just revive him, and his head will attach back to his body. As as for some reason his quirk keeps him alive no matter what. He can age normally, but once he hits the age, from what we've seen, if he hits the age of 100 or even 80, his body starts a healing process to make it like if he's 20 again, and he can slightly heal other people to a previous version of themselves. And we've also seen that if he loses a limb, it will slowly, after maybe a month, grow back perfectly. No differences in the limbs, nothing at all. And there's a third ability, which is kind of terrifying. If he loses 3 times in a row, but all 3 times beaten down to near death, or not even near that, just beaten down heavily 3 times in a row, a power he has called Hero, is what we've decided to call it, activates, making him 100 times stronger than his normal self. If he loses a limb, it instantly regenerates. His speed is times by 10. His strength is times by 100. Herc Doctor saying about his hero form. That he gets 100 times stronger when he's in that form. The last thing he needed to say was, this form lasts until he is either knocked out, exhausted, or he is killed. And then, because of his quirk, he instantly gets revived. Either one of those will knock him out of that state, but the easiest way is to just knock him out. But right now, if he times his strength by 100 at this age, he's probably he'd probably not be as strong as Oli. I don't think even close. But he would still make at least the #50 hero as a kid with just that strength. Now, skipping back to that, Deku does something to activate his hero form. What he does, as he's learned after a year of learning with his quirk, and being in his hero state only once in that 1 year, after falling down a massive tree, that he broke his arm entirely and his spine broke in half because he landed on a root that was sticking out. And because of the height, he died, regenerating or reviving. He does it again because he remembers the quirk doctor saying 3 times. He does it 3 times over, and he's in his hero state. And the thing that's the picture of Deku on the screen, that's what Deku looks like in his hero state. Pretty cool, is what I think. I had to edit the image a little bit by increasing the detail with an app. But I think the picture looks really cool. Plus with the blue lightning everywhere. And in this, Deku is going to still be the exact same with his green hair, green eyes. Just when in his hero state, it all goes blue. And it doesn't go up like when he's using 100% of One For All. And I do not think he needs One For All in this at all. But let's go back to that time. Deku, when the first time he was in his hero state, he ran across the whole world, I'm going to say a day. Like, not everywhere, just in that one line in 24 hours. He got bored very quickly, but in his hero state, his stamina is infinite. So he can do whatever he wanted. He could have gone to somewhere else in the world, gotten something to eat, done whatever. And so I'm also going to say, because he regenerates easily, he builds muscle a bit easier than normal people. And his metabolism is insanely high. And what I'm going to do with that is that he basically, it's impossible for him to get fat. Is what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to skip towards middle school. When, I'm going to say it's the day before the last day of middle school. I'm going to say, who in class 1A should be in the school other than Bakugo? I'm going to say Kaminari is also in the school. Yes, I'm picking Kaminari because I thought of randomly the people in class 1A out of the boys, and I thought of Kaminari. So, Kaminari is going to be Deku's friend. And in this, since I'm going to say they've been training together for a few years, since the start of middle school, which I don't know what age they start middle school since I'm not in America or Japan. I'm going to say that Kaminari can't get dumb. When he goes above his limit, he doesn't get dumb. He just passes out. But his limit now is very, very fucking high. Let's just say him using his full. As I was saying, I think Kaminari using his full strength can not kill Deku, but injure him severely. That it's one time of his hero thing. That's how powerful Kaminari is now. But it's insanely hard for him to get to that state. Kaminari it takes him, I'm going to say 10 minutes of charging, like him trying to power up, I guess, in a way, for him to get to his full voltage. The max he can use in a fight is about the same as he can in Season 2. Well, no, I'll say the same he can in Season 4. He can use that easy enough, but I'm gonna say he gets stung by himself if he uses his quirk too long. So that Denki isn't overpowered. I do not want him to be overpowered. By the time of season 4, he would be able to use his full voltage easily, but I don't think I'm going to be going that far with this one. I don't know, maybe, if you guys like it. And if you guys like it, and if you like this and want me to do more of this, just leave a like, I guess. It feels so weird to say that, so I don't think I'm doing that again. But, yeah, it's the day before the end of the day, as I said before. The day before the end of middle school, Kaminari asks Deku if they can go train. Deku says, "Sorry, Kaminari, I can't. I gotta train with my hero form." He says, "Yeah, I can help with that." It's like, Kaminari, it takes 10 minutes for you to charge up that much electricity, and then you pass out. It's not healthy for you. And if you use your quirk too long, you literally electrocute yourself. So no, I don't need your help today. Sorry. That's fine, but if you need help, just call me, okay? Deku says, "Yeah, sure." Deku then goes to the forest near his house to train. He climbs the same exact tree that he climbed so many years ago, jumps off of it head first to see just what happens if he dies. He dies since he went he jumped down head first, landed on the ground obviously, and is dead. His neck snapped. He's in darkness for a few minutes, and then he wakes up and he's like, what the hell happened? It's like, wait, did I just die and come back? And he's like, oh my god, that's how it feels like. He does it again, except he says, I'm not dying. That feels awkward. Since, dying instantly is not too bad, but having slow death is, he still feels all the pain. It's not like, also, in his hero form, he still feels every single bit of pain he endures. So say Bakugo does his biggest explosion to Deku. If that normally would knock Deku out, it will knock him out. He's not invulnerable to anything. He's just a lot faster and a lot stronger. He's just stronger and faster, So he climbs up the tree again, but this time he goes halfway, jumps down, I'm going to say, making his back like a curved, so his back snaps. And it does. And it regenerates, but he's coughing up blood now. He says, okay, I think that might be enough, but I need to do it one more time. He waits 5 minutes, so he regenerates fully. I'm gonna say that's how long it took him to heal his blood vessels, his muscles, his back tissue, and his spine. To heal everything, I'm gonna say it took 5 minutes. But him of doing absolutely nothing. He had to just lie back straight, doing absolutely nothing. He couldn't move, nothing. He climbs the tree again to the very top this time, doing the exact same as he did last time, but, dying this time, since it's double the height. And he lands accidentally on one of the branches, and the branch sticks through. Since he landed awkwardly, the branch stuck through him, and he is, dead. It stuck through, I'm going to say it stuck through his heart, and then he fell because he's heavy, since he's now, let's say 14? Yeah, no, I'm gonna say he's 15. But yeah, he died. He's in. I'm just gonna say it's called limbo. Well, yeah. I'm gonna say for 5 minutes he's in purgatory or limo, or whatever you want to call it, and meets the Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper says, "You're lucky your quirk is revival, or I would have thrown you up down to hell 1,000,000 times over by now. Now, get back down there. And I don't want to see you here again. If you die again, I'm not letting you come here. You're just going to be in black for the 5 minutes." Deku wakes up, sees the thing through him, pushes it out. It heals instantly since he's in his hero form. He says to himself, "Okay, how long does it take to run around the world now instead of a day?" He's 10 times faster, and already without his hero form, he is pretty fast. Not as fast as Ida, I'd say, but no, I'm not gonna say it's 10 times as fast. I'm gonna say it's 20 times now. The strength is gonna stay at 100 since I do not want that to increase. I think what it should be actually is that he controls the percentage that he can use, like One for All. I'm gonna say that normally he does go for the 100 times stronger, because that's a lot stronger than One for All of what Deku would have as an adult. Sorry, my cat's just staring at me, and it's weird. Okay, whatever. He runs around the world thinking to himself, "Jesus Christ, I'm going a lot faster than that time." He's already about 10 times faster than he was as a kid. Well, not 10 times. I'm going to say he's twice as fast as what he was as a kid. So if he had the same speed, really, it would have only taken him 12 hours. But he, in his hero form then as well, it's the 20 times now. And let's just say he finishes the entire world, not the entire world, going the straight line in 3 hours. No, I'll say 5 hours, actually. I'm going to say he stopped in London just to check London out for an hour. And then he started running onto course, which took, I'm going to say, 40 minutes, maybe an hour, I don't know. And then ran back to his house, which I'm going to say took an hour. So, well, whatever. I'm going to say that the entire trip took 5 hours when it should have taken 3.5. But he doesn't mind. He says that it's 5 hours compared to a full day is a massive, massive difference. I mean, it has been 7 years. No. 9 years nearly. Yep, 9 years. He was 6 when that happened, since he got his quirk at 5. And he's 15 now, so yeah, 9 years. Damn. And then comes the last day of school. The teacher says, "I got the papers for everyone, but what's the point? You all want to be heroes, don't you?" He just starts to laugh. Ugh, that was horrible. My throat hurts after that. Everyone throws the things they had on their desk to the air, using their quirks. Bakugo is pretty much the same as in canon, since he's not friends with Deku. But I'm gonna say they're kind of like rivals because they're the two strongest in the school. Kaminari being the third strongest, but Kaminari being nowhere near as strong as Bakugo. Because I'm actually going to debuff Kaminari. Because if I'm going to increase Deku's thing, I might as well decrease Kaminari's so the power levels are kind of the same. So Kaminari would have to charge up to his thing twice to put Deku into his first state of hero mode. Which is not going to do any difference, just it's going to be the first out of 3 injuries to get him to hero state. He's going to have to do that twice. When Bakugo only needs to do it once. But yeah. Bakugo says, there's only 3 people in this class that can even think of going to UA, and only 2 of us would actually get in. Me, Deku, and Kaminari. Kaminari would just fail. And he overexerts himself too much. Deku, on the other hand, can't even die. He regenerates as soon as he gets injured, so he's basically the strongest. But because of my explosions, I'm the strongest. Since I know not to defeat him 3 times in a row. I know to let him beat me once and just start over. So that I win. Well, Deku, don't you have anything to say? Yeah, you are right. Only the 3 of us can really think of going to UA. But I think Kaminari could make it. He just has to train for the 10 months straight. And you, Bakugo, you don't know the tricks I have up my sleeve to make it so I go into my hero state. Easier and faster. Everyone taken back by this thinks, oh my god, he can put himself into hero state, fuck. Deku says, well, do you want to demonstrate it outside? Deku just says, sure, I'll demonstrate it. Deku pulls out a knife he had in his pocket and cuts off his arm, and it regenerates. Since he picked up his arm, putting it to his shoulder, it's basically instantly regenerating. But that by itself is enough to put him to the first state. Then he cuts off his leg, putting it back, and nearly it instantly regenerating. Then cuts off his hand on his left arm again. Well, last time it was his left arm entirely, but now it's going to be his left hand. Sticks it back, it regenerates pretty much instantly. And he starts to glow blue, like in the picture. And everyone's like, oh my god, he made himself go into hero state in under 30 seconds. Fuck. He then proceeds to jump, going above the school, and then deactivating his hero mode by knocking himself out, by stabbing his brain. Yes, you heard that right. He stabbed his brain, woke up, pulled it out, put it in his pocket, and instantly regenerated his brain, since his brain heals insane. His brain heals basically instantly for anything at all. So his bullet going through his brain entirely, it would take maybe 10 to 15 seconds to fully heal. And then he'd be back to normal, like if nothing happened. I'm gonna say then he lands on the floor without doing any damage with. If he did it without doing that, a massive crater would have appeared. Everyone is shocked by this. He stands up and says, well, what do you think? Everyone being jaw dropped, and Bakugo saying, well, I think now we're pretty even, aren't we? You can get yourself into hero mode pretty much instantly if you just stab your brain 3 times. I mean, it instantly regenerates. Ashiko says, huh, you're right, actually. Then he does exactly that. He stabs his brain, pulls it out, it heals, does it 3 times, and goes into his hero state. And he goes, thanks, Bakugo. Now I can do that in 10 seconds. Bakugo says, fuck. I didn't think that would actually work. Then Deku just says, Bakugo, knock me out, please. I don't want to stay in hero mode. I'd killed someone. He goes out of his hero mode because Bakugo, he goes under the bridge, and he is not with Kaminari because Kaminari had to go to his parents. I'm gonna say his parents live on the other side of the town than Deku. Bakugo goes with him to talk about the UA entrance exam and how fun it's gonna be. They're both friends kind of, but they're not buddy like Kaminari and Deku. But then Sludge Villain and traps both of them, but only tries to go into Deku because, well, he chooses randomly, I'm gonna say. All Might then appears saying, "Let these two boys go, you filthy villain," doing a Detroit smash, blowing the sludge villain all over the walls and a bit behind the walls that Bakugo, Deku, and All Might did not see. That bit was just one of the villain's eyes, and the rest of the villain is all over the place, knocked out, and that piece of the eye is knocked out also. Obviously, the entire Sludge villain is knocked out. They collect all the pieces except for the eye. Now, he cannot regenerate, it's just that he can see outside the bottle as well, which means he can latch himself onto someone and, take over them, but not have full control. He has to knock them out, blah, 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 whatever. I'm not talking about the Sludge villain. But, when All Might goes away, Deku says, "Baku, come on!" He goes into his hearsay by doing the same thing. All Might saying, "What the hell?" Seeing him go into his hearsay. Then both Midoriya just basically runs and jumps and is right beside All Might. Bakuro is using mini explosions to push himself forward, while him doing basically a swimming animation in a way. Then the three of them landing on a building, Deku and Bakuro being exhausted, and All Might lecturing them both. All Might deflates, explains everything to Bakugo and Deku, and Bakugo just says, "But you're supposed to be the number one. You're supposed to be invincible. How did this guy beat you?" All Might says, "I did defeat him. I'm pretty sure he's dead now, but his last attack left me like this." Him coughing out blood. Then seeing Mount Lady grow bigger than normal, and seeing that there's sludge on her eye. And they realize that the sludge in the bottles is now gone, and it's all over, guess who? Mount Lady. And I'm just going to say that Southern can basically copy the quirks a tiny bit, or use the quirks. Yeah, I'll say that. Can use the quirks of the people he's capturing. And Bakugo and Deku look at each other and say, "Ready?" "Yeah, I'm ready." Then both sing at the exact same time. All Might being curious, lets them do what they're doing, but buffs up a little. Not buffs up. He then jumps down to the city, but buffs up just at the last second and debuffs, so he survives the fall. Deku goes into his hero state, throws Bakugo since it's 100 times strength. Then he gets a run and jump and jumps while pushing himself with his arm. So he's beside Bakugo. He grabs Bakugo with his arm, goes in a 360 motion in the air, and throws Bakugo at the Sludge villain and Mount Lady. Bakugo then goes, "Meteor explosion!" and basically does a massive explosion to the Sludge villain, basically pushing the Sludge villain off of Mount Lady shrinking down to normal human size. Bakugo then saying, "Fuck, fuck, 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 fuck!" All Might then catching him in his buffed up form, saying, "Well done, young Bakugo." Then Deku, because of how much power he used in such a short time, passes out completely. He won't wake up for another day, I'd say. Bakugo then says, "All Might, it's Deku! Don't let him fall!" All Might then rushes towards him and catches Deku in the air, putting them both on Dagobah Beach. Sorry, I had my phone away from. If my voice was low, I'm sorry. But puts them both onto Dagobah Beach, and they wake Deku up forcefully with water. But if they let Deku rest, it would have been a day. Deku then auto regenerates, blah blah blah, and he is fine. All Might then says, "What is your quirk, green-haired boy?" He says, "It was a unique quirk. They didn't have a name for it, but my name for it is Revival." That's what the Grim Reaper calls it anyway. Well, both Bakugo and All Might say the Grim Reaper, but that's just a myth. And Deku's saying, "No, it's not. I have met the Grim Reaper twice. Well, more than twice. I've died so many times in my life because I was testing to go into my hero state, which is what the doctors called it. It's basically just my powered up state, which they call hero. I have to be beaten down either to near death or basically just lose a limb 3 times in a row, and I am 100 times stronger, 20 times faster, and I instantly regenerate any lost limbs, or basically I only can go out of that if I get passed out or killed, or I get exhausted and pass out." Someone's here. Okay, well, the last bit was an hour or 2 ago. If you want to see more of this, please click the like button and subscribe to see more, and maybe hit the notification bell. And I'm never going to ask this again. This feels so awkward. But I'm going to leave it here on a cliffhanger because I don't know what I was going to do with it. But I think where I left it off was when, yeah, Deku finished explaining his power to All Might. So, hopefully next part will be on the weekend. Or maybe next week, I do not know. I've posted 2 videos. I'm supposed to post 3 videos a week. So, bye. See you guys next time.